Hey, this is Hannah Bethel, and you're watching RedCowHills. I grew up in northern Michigan, and I grew up in a very small town, but I was always very musical, was always very involved in performing in my community and fairs and festivals and venues and bars and anywhere I could get around the upper Midwest. And I always knew that I wanted to move to Nashville, so when I was 18 years old, that's what I did. And it was a big transition for me to come to a city like this from my small town. But I think actually one of my first few weeks living in Nashville, I drove the wrong way up Music Row because I didn't understand that they were one-way streets. And I almost got into a head-on collision, but I averted disaster narrowly. I cannot remember a time when I wasn't doing music. My parents were always very supportive of me. I guess I just kind of came out singing. I always wanted to sing for people. Anytime my parents had friends at the house, I wanted to sing them a song that I made up. So this has always been what I've wanted to do. I play guitar and piano and a little bit of banjo, and I also played clarinet in high school, but I don't play that anymore. Yeah, I have a ton of good stories. I've been really fortunate in that I've been able to travel everywhere from Alaska to Pennsylvania to Arizona in the past year, and it's really I've just had such a wonderful adventure getting to meet country music fans, you know, outside of Nashville. It's really cool to meet people who are not working in the business, but music still means so much to them. And it's really been a wonderful blessing being able to do that. And I actually have another tour up in Alaska at the end of this summer that I'm very excited about. And yeah, I just love being able to meet people out in the field.
Did you have a favorite spot you liked best?
Up touring? Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's hard. Well, I really love playing in Flagstaff, Arizona, which if you've never been there, it's kind of similar topography as like maybe like a Washington, Oregon without the ocean, but there's mountains and pine trees, and it's a very like hippie, magical place, and everyone's just like super stoked about music and very supportive, and that was one of my favorite places to play. I love Willie Nelson. I grew up listening to a lot of him. I also love Patty Griffin. I'm obsessed with her Flaming Red record right now. I've been listening to it nonstop for the past couple days. And I also just grew up listening to all of the females of country music. Trisha Yearwood, Martina, Tammy Wynette, Patsy Cline. I listened to a lot of women when I was growing up, and not a lot of men, except for Willie. So I think that has really had a big impact on who I am as an artist. It is. It's the past videos I've done have been very fun and lighthearted and kind of silly, and for this particular song, it's a song called If I Don't Love You Anymore, and it's the big country ballad of the EP, and I wanted to do something that really did the song justice and also gave people the opportunity to see me in a different, more serious light. And I really enjoyed making this video because there's a scene where I'm crying, and I was nervous that I wouldn't be able to really cry when we got on set, and like everyone's surrounding me and cameras are everywhere. So I was like, I think I'm probably just gonna have to do eye drops in my eyes, guys. And they were like, no, why don't you just, you know, try it. And so I took a few minutes and just kind of went back to where the song came from and the inspiration for it. And after a few minutes of just kind of getting in my head a little bit, I just like totally lost it and started bawling, and we got some awesome footage of me just sobbing my eyes out. So I'm really proud of it. I think it's it's real. It's very real. Yeah, I'm definitely a writer that writes because I need to write. I need to, you know, get it out of my system. It's very cathartic for me. So most of my songs come directly from personal experiences.
And you were really involved with this EP. You were writing and co-writing, right?
Yep, yeah, I wrote or co-wrote every track. I co-produced, designed the artwork. I'm a very hands-on artist. I like to be in control of everything. I was, well, for the Freedom EP, I was writing for probably about 2 years straight. I was writing probably 5 days a week, sometimes double writes, co-writes, and then I'd write by myself as well, just because I wanted to develop myself as a writer as much as I can. You can never stop doing that or do that enough. So I was very, very writing focused before this record, and then once that record hit is when I started touring more heavily. So yeah, it was, I mean, it's always hectic in this life, but I'd say it's actually more hectic since then, but yes, I can tell you a little bit. It's I'm really, really excited about this album because we're it's going to be different than anything I've released as an artist before. We're really trying to pull inspiration from a lot of different places, and still we're staying true to my traditional country roots, but we're experimenting a lot with sounds and instrumentation in places that you might not expect it, or used in an unconventional way. So we're just trying to create something that's a little different than anything you've heard before, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, well, this is a song off of my new album.
Okay.
And it's called Tumbleweed. Long for everything.
Cool.